Hello and welcome to the Reference Point Podcast. I am your host, Paolo, and today I am joined by my two star traveling co-hosts, Anthony and chrbl.
What's up, guys?
And today we're going to be talking about the latest Disney Plus series, Star Wars: The Acolyte. First two episodes premiered on Disney Plus as of this recording a couple of days ago. You know, by the time the episode is out, we're going to be getting episode 3 and 4 or just 3?
Just 3. That's
Okay.
one episode a week.
How do you want to start this off? Because we're going to go, no spoiler, but there's not a lot to talk about really for what's going on. And it's not, in my opinion, a bad thing.
I like the way they started the season. They started off with a pretty good, it's a mystery. Everything around the show is surrounding mystery. So to me, it's hard to judge when you haven't gotten the full picture yet.
Okay, I see what you mean. But I don't really get I feel that they tell you what's happening too much. You know what I'm saying? So for example, they don't leave you a lot of space to think. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they explain it. Oh, why are you not attacking me with a weapon? You know what I'm saying? Or they really tell you what's going on.
They're scared
right?
you're just not gonna pick up on that.
100%. And I feel that Star Wars fans or have been analyzing enough to be able to be given space to think. So I don't know what you guys think.
There's some, I kind of see where you're going, but there's also some audience members that are just so thick that you, even if you spell it out, there's cases where they're just gonna be like, what's going on? What's going on?
You've seen some of the reactions online to this show, holy people are dumb sometimes. It's kind of unreal.
No, it's actually profound stupidity
And-
just for the sake of
And
making
I'm not
money.
just saying if you don't like the show, oh, you're stupid. No, that's completely wrong. Because I'm going to be honest, most of these Disney Plus Star Wars shows have not been hitting for me.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, I found was a mess and horrible. I did
Mid-ish.
not enjoy it.
Okay.
Mando Season 3 was terrible.
It was
not like it
very
at all.
below expectations for me.
Book of Boba Fett, we all know I didn't like it if you watched our
It was
first
okay.
ever episode.
I liked the
didn't
final
really like it.
episode.
Andor was incredible, and the best show on Disney Plus. It was HBO quality level. It was so good. That was the only show that truly blew me away. So,
Ahsoka also, don't forget.
Ahsoka was a show that I enjoyed.
Ahsoka was just definition of
Could've-
mid for me.
It could have been better.
Okay.
It could have been worse. It was better than the garbage, but it was worse than Andor.
When you first started watching the first episode, where did you think that show was going? Because to me, at first, the scene where they come pick her up from where she's working, right? I thought that, for this show, we're rooting for the person trying to kill the Jedis and trying to gaslight the Jedis because throughout the whole Star Wars saga and history, we've been taught that they're the good guys, right?
Gaslight, what is that? That's
No,
not a real
yeah.
word.
What?
Are you crazy? That's not real.
You're right. I'm sorry. No, but so yeah, and also, if I might add, is that we see that we've seen politics in Star Wars before, but we see corruption, might I say, in the Jedi Order, right? When they first find out about the crime. And also how their structure isn't the best and there's flaws in the structure, which is something we haven't seen before. For example, when,
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll get into the spoilers in a second, but I agree with you. And it's little hints that we got in the prequels that there was imperfections, but this kind of, I think, there's certain lines of dialogue that really emphasize it, which I was I'm really digging.
It's they really want to show it was a time of peace for the Jedi and whatnot. That maybe they got a bit too cocky. Maybe they got a bit too did some questionable things here and there in the name of peace.
Exactly.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So overall, I guess we want to give our overall thoughts. So episode 1, I really liked it. It was a solid premise. I did actually think okay, let's see where this is going. And when it wrapped up, I had a few issues.
Okay.
The droid felt like it was just constantly a plot convenience to just solve a certain issue.
That thing could do everything and anything.
Exactly, and that was kind of annoying. I was like, okay, I get it. So it's this droid is a screwdriver. It's a fire extinguisher. It's this. It's that. It's just give it one or two little things, and that's it. And write something different to get the character out of a particular
it's a cute,
situation.
marketable droid. It's fine.
And then episode 2. I like the direction it's going in. I'm interested to see where the story develops. I'm interested to see how the Acolyte forms themselves and where their story ends by episode 8. Because, the Sith were still supposed to be undiscovered.
Okay. I see.
Because in Phantom Menace, the whole point of it was that Darth Maul was the first in like hundreds of years, and Darth Maul's appearance brings panic. So I want to see how they're gonna wrap that up, or if they're gonna play stupid with the continuity like they did with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader meeting again.
Mm-hmm.
That was not stupid with the continuity. That was one of the few things of the show that worked.
No, it was not. It
It really did work for that show, but I'm not here to debate Obi-Wan because the show's not good enough to defend.
Oh. Yo, personally, I am a sucker for characters that I love, which is Obi-Wan. So, like, I can't talk.
Overall, I really do think they have something interesting here, but it's a tightrope of, like, not f***ing up the story because, like, it could easily go sideways. But right now, I have a shred of confidence in the writing team as of now. What do you guys think?
For me, it was definitely a strong start to the show. I didn't have the highest of expectations because, like I said, Disney Plus has let me down a little bit. But I found it was a promising start more than anything. Like,
I mean, promising start, but I want, like, I strongly believe, or let's say I hope, that there's more to the plot than what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like to think that it's, like, deeper than what we already know from these 2 episodes, right?
Okay.
Because, yeah, like, what we know is, like, pretty, not superficial, but it all, like, almost came to a conclusion and not vague enough for me, at least. That's what I think.
I think people should definitely tune into the show, not listen to all the haters online. It's worth a watch,
Yeah,
in my
there's
humble opinion.
such supreme stupidity out there.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna address this one here: the fire in space. 1, go yourself. 2, yourself. 3, watch the 1977 Star Wars if you haven't heard of it.
Or watch...
There's a fire in space there. There's an explosion in space there. Empire Strikes Back. There's fires and explosions in space. Episode 6, fires and explosion in space. Episode 1, fires and explosions in space. Episode 2, fires and explosions in space. Episode 3, fires and explosions in space.
And even in 7, 8, 9, but they don't like those movies, so they'll use that as a detriment to it.
Exactly. But that's stupid.
There's real... there's real complaints to be said about the show. And then when you go online and be like, why is there a fire in space? The show sucks. Like, go take a hike, buddy. Like, go watch something else. There's sounds in space. That doesn't happen in real life. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's not that serious. It's not that deep.
Someone should give them a helmet so they don't hurt themselves.
For real.
Yo, like, I want to say something about the haters online, by the way. Those who said, like, oh, they overwoke Star Wars and all that. Bro, I just want to say something. People talk about the diversity in movies. I think Star Wars are the only ones that did diversity properly. I just want to say, because the plot is not about your race. It's not about who you are. It's not about your gender. The plot is the plot. You happen to be a woman. You happen to be an alien. You happen to be a Wookiee. It doesn't matter. It's the plot, and that's what we like.
It's just
Exactly.
these people online are such complainers about anything and everything.
It's like, you know, even actor comments aside, because some of the actors have made comments. Who gives a shit?
Oh,
if
the
you
guy
look at the
didn't know-
original Star Wars movies, some of the comments some of the actors have made, nobody talks shit about that
Lando
either.
called C-3PO 3CPO, and that made me laugh. The
No.
guy said Anakin blew up the Death Star, so it was bad. Who cares that he doesn't know Star Wars? I don't give a shit. The guy
Exactly.
has a job to do. Who cares,
And even then, he
man?
could have probably just mixed it up because of the Trade Federation ship too.
Who
Because
cares?
it's designed
Even
to
if he
look
didn't
like the
mix it
Death
up.
Star. No, it's all such pedantic
And then there was
stupidity.
one guy who said, "Oh,
shit.
would you go on a plane in which a guy doesn't know how to fly it?" It's like, shut up! It's a show. It's not a plane, buddy.
Or no, even then, it's like you don't have to be a fan of something to be able to write it. If you're a fan, it's just a bonus because then it means, okay, you're not going to up certain elements. But you don't have to be. Look at Andor. It was written by someone who's not a fan and who's even got on record as saying he hates Star Wars. And yet he produced the best piece of content.
Guys, did anyone ever ask Harrison Ford for his Star Wars opinion? It's not nice. It's not good words. In fact, it's quite funny, and I kind of respect it.
I don't care.
You Wookiee sack of
But my point is, does it ruin Star Wars for me? No, because he's still one of the best characters in the franchise.
Exactly.
And you're a bum if you think otherwise.
Yeah, and if you think he could say whatever he wants, or Mark Hamill could say whatever he wants, versus then some characters saying, "Oh yeah, we made Star Wars a little gayer." Literally, get your priorities straight. See a psychologist. Forgive your parents. I don't know. Just do something.
Go
to,
take a
like,
hike. Do
something to like just fix
Touch
what's
grass.
going on upstairs.
Crazy.
So, spoilers.
Yes, the first episode. All right. Okay.
The chick from The Matrix died, like right
Oh,
off the bat.
Yeah,
Master Ndara.
Yeah. She was a big part of the marketing from what I've heard, and she just dies in the opening scene. I'm like, oh, okay, there goes Carrie-Anne Moss. She's a pretty big actress that's already done. Guess they're on a budget for her, but to me it was a really strong it's like, okay, I'm intrigued. What does this mean?
I like the choreography a lot for that fight too, especially. It was nice.
Exactly.
It wasn't as stiff or stilted as like what we got in the Obi-Wan show or like
a
even
lot of
Ahsoka
recent
to a degree.
TV shows. I find like the action has just been like an afterthought. This has felt like, okay, they're doing nice long takes. It looks good. Like it's a 6 sequence. It was just not the way I expected the episode to start. Like,
yeah, it just dives right into the action. It doesn't do a build up. It's just like, let's get this party started.
I agree. One thing that I really like in the beginning line is then when she first walks in and does the whole, you attack me with all your strength. To me, that was goofy as and then another guy, like the alien laughing about it, I was so satisfied. Like that they laughed at her. I love that,
It's like bro knew she was cringe.
100%. 100%.
That sounded better in my head.
Like, how is this your catchphrase? Like, come on, man. You had all the walk to come up with something. You came up with
You
this.
just know she was thinking about that, like, since she got off her ship. Like, she's like, what do I say that makes me look badass? And that was the best she came up with.
Literally. It's such awkward. It's like there's a lot of like moments. I also just like little bits of awkward dialogue too. At least it's like they kind of own up to it, but it's like one of those things where it's like, it kind of would have been nicer if she said something actually cool,
But Star Wars has a lot of that, so I'm not too shocked. Keeping with tradition, I guess.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, but that was a result of like poor acting, not like.
It was a bit of both, actually. Some of those lines in the prequels, come on.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere.
All right. Well, then we move to finding out who is the killer, supposedly, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we find her in her living quarters.
Yeah, she's a mechanic that instead of mechanic, I believe.
A mechanic.
I couldn't remember.
So she was like, she basically does like the jobs of droids, and her name's Asha,
and that apparently Jedis find her job more dangerous than being a Jedi. That surprised me. I was like, wow.
It kind of makes sense. You're literally in space repairing a ship.
repairing fires,
I mean, I see it, but like,
especially
you're
for their
getting
time,
shot
though.
at,
Yeah, but
it's a time of peace.
So it's a time of peace.
True.
too.
True. That makes sense.
So like in their
Makes
context,
sense.
it's like, oh yeah, no, it's not that dangerous. But
That's
then
true.
if you really look, even like 100 years later, you're gonna be like, bro, that's a cakewalk. The thing is, we're led to believe that Asha is the killer of Master Indara.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they make you want to think that, and you're like, something's off. Like, is it really this girl? Is it really not?
I would have liked it that we had to root for like the bad guy per se that kills the Jedis, right? But it leaves you wondering because you know how you see the little symbol on the forehead. You're like,
Blocked by her
okay,
bangs.
let me see that. Yeah, like
I
you haven't seen it.
I think they did it on purpose to make her
Yes,
bangs long so you wouldn't
100%.
see
For
it.
both of them.
100%.
Yeah. Not to sound mean, but like, I kind of liked how how cheap looked. Some of the sets looked.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize.
You got that. You got a cheap vibe from the sets. I found it.
A tiny, just not too cheap. Like when they're on the planet there.
That's a bit more specific.
Yeah,
They're on a lot of planets.
I really do not remember the name of the planet. I'll be real.
Describe it. I don't remember the name either.
The city planet.
Okay, you see, that's a stronger start.
It's like I liked how it looked. I even liked how the Jedi Temple looked a little cheap because it reminded me of the prequels.
Okay.
So I like that it had that going. I don't know if that's intentional.
When she meets Master Torben?
Soul.
No,
or Torben.
Torben, the one that was in the
Oh yeah, him.
The guy was
his makeup is so awkward. The actor's 26 years old.
Who that is, by the way?
Who is that?
Guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Who is that? I actually have no clue.
Have you guys watched Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Do you guys know the famous jumping out of the window scene?
Oh my god.
Uh huh.
It's that kid.
Uh huh.
His makeup was so awkward because like he looks 45 and 18 at the same time.
He's
From
like
the poor
balding,
hairline,
but
bro.
like it's like, what was?
yeah.
It's like, why didn't you?
I get he did something bad, but not bad enough to deserve a haircut like that.
I know,
You
and
what
it's
I mean?
like,
Yo.
but like, what age is this character supposed to be? Why didn't you just hire someone older?
I don't know. Personally, I like didn't focus too much on like the hairline because like
it bothered me
But-
too much.
No, it's
What's cool is he's actually doing the thing, that meditation pose. It's actually from a Darth Vader comic written by Charles Soule.
oh well.
It's from the first arc that takes place right after episode 3. It's Darth Vader Volume 2, I believe, where he fights like a Jedi who takes that vow and then awakes and they fight. I forgot the Jedi's name, but you know. So the fact that they took that from a comic, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They're referencing stuff I've read. Cool attention to detail.
Okay.
It's cool
Well-
they're referencing stuff without having to retcon it.
Exactly.
AKA Ahsoka.
Who would have thought?
Well, we've seen 2 Master Jedis die, as we know,
Yep,
right? And we found out that there are 4 that she's after.
Yeah,
if I'm
exactly.
wrong,
Yeah.
right?
One of
Which
them-
basically, who is she? It's supposed to be
Osha and
Osha, thank
and
you.
May, I
May.
believe.
May. Right? Okay, hear me out. Theory. I don't know what you guys. Okay, how that show could have went for me, right? Is that actually like her dead sister, which is May, was actually inside Osha, like a Moon Knight thing. That she's not aware of what she's
Somebody
doing.
else said that when we were
That
watching
could've
it.
been- oh,
Was
yeah?
it
Was
you,
it-
Paul?
Yeah, I think that was me because
think it
I
was
was
you
like,
who said that
I was like,
because-
watch her be like schizophrenic
Bro,
or
that's
like
what I was going for, and it
like
would've been-
split personality.
It would have been so good because
Yeah.
you're rooting for like one of the sisters, but they're both the same person. Like, what do? You kill one of the, you know, like it would have been the whole dilemma. But here we are. They're both alive, as
They're
we
just
know.
twins.
And they're twins, and we hope that it's actually deeper than this because I was kind of disappointed that they're actually just 2 twins and not like
I'm
schizophrenic.
wondering if they do maybe like a switch, like the sister, like the good sister becomes evil, and the evil sister becomes good.
I wouldn't be shocked if they're both evil by the end of the show.
The prisoner, he said, I sense the darkness in her.
But it's the whole reason why she leaves the order in the first place. There's something going on with her.
Yeah, she's
That we
she's
know.
too attached to the past,
Exactly.
and because Jedi, they're not allowed to have attachments, even to like memories and stuff like that.
And that's why I wouldn't be shocked if once the whole truth about what did the Jedi do comes out, she's like, screw this, I'm gonna be bad now.
I was gonna
And I'm
say,
joining my
what
sister.
did the Jedi do? Because like, how come both of them don't know they're alive? How come no one knows they're twins, or like act like they don't know they're twins, right?
And why was
And-
the sister erased from the archives?
100%.
Why does nobody know about this?
That's a
There's
thing.
there's a lot of details that they're clearly trying to say something happened here that the Jedi are covering up. And the fact is, the guy with the botched hairline had the choice to either fight or either admit the truth or kill himself, and he chose to kill himself.
But
Literally.
that's such a cool concept for me that like you can't kill a Jedi with weapons. It's like their values that kill them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just the fact and like the way she first came up to him, tried to like kill him with his with her fist, but she had to come back and just go.
She's like-
You can either redeem, whole like miming, you know,
Yeah,
the whole-
literally.
in the box, right? But
No snoozing too.
no, but just like the fact that she came up to him and she was like, you can either go tell the Jedis what you did, or you will like
Kill yourself, bro.
like yeah, but the, just
KYS.
the fact
Yeah.
that like he wants her forgiveness, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he would kill himself to redeem himself to her means that the Jedi are actually like, are they the bad guys?
He knows they did something wrong, and he couldn't even admit it to himself that
The guilt.
to do something. He did
Yeah.
that. He took
I
the
mean,
hard-
they even
easy
hinted at it with Master Soul too, where he has issues with the past. So I think there's definitely
the
something
thing.
there.
By the way, fun fact: Master Soul. Do you know who that is?
The guy from Squid Game, that we know.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Do you know who? What's that girl's name with the white skin, the alien, and also the funny haircut?
Oh my God,
not
he's
Queef. What's her name?
Queef.
You know what's her name?
I don't know her name,
But
but
you
yo,
know who that is.
but yo, these Padawans, bro, need to be put in check. They're so disrespectful, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
They're not
I
like
was
Padawans in back in
fuming.
our day.
Oh
They,
man.
they would have gotten,
man, no, he would have gotten like, oh my God. Whew.
But-
Your whole braid, bro, snatch, bro, snatch your
You know
braid.
which actress that is?
I don't know.
It's the little girl from Logan.
No
X-23.
way. It's X-23. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh, wait. Hear me out. Do you know who the main character is?
Yeah, she was in the Hunger Games.
100%.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
The yellow lightsaber looks so good in the show. I found finally seeing that in live action
here,
for
that,
real.
That I have a weird issue with because
Yes.
What non-issue
in the-
do you have with this?
in the Jedi Order, the Temple Guards use the yellow lightsaber exclusively. So why does he have a lightsaber? Did they not establish
Because
the
it's
Temple
cool.
Guard, or is he a Temple Guard but he doesn't have the outfit?
it's cool.
Yeah, no, but no. Look, you could do rule of cool,
Trivial.
fine.
Trivial.
You could do rule of cool, fine, but when you have an established lore, you have to at least follow some elements. Give him another color. Give him orange. Give him like
Shut up, nerd. Yellow's cool. Leave it.
No, but yo, to be fair, they protected themselves with the whole 100 years ago. So a lot happens in 100 years.
Okay,
right? So,
But
fair
also-
enough.
you know,
fair
I
enough.
also like what this episode. It shows real good character development for this guy. He's a newly upgraded Jedi Master. You know, he just got promoted like last week,
He's nervous, yeah.
and you could tell that this guy doesn't really know too much of what he's doing. He's always pulling out his lightsaber, pulled it out like twice in the episode.
fair.
Whereas all the other ones, what did they do? They haven't even touched him. They haven't even looked at them.
Because remember the first scene, she said a Jedi doesn't take out their weapon unless they're ready to kill.
Exactly.
And my man is just swinging
He's
it
kind
around.
of just like,
he's
yo,
ready
it's
to
kind of
throw
raining
hands.
keep it in
outside.
your
Let me
pants.
just-
Keep it in your like.
Yo, it's kind of dark in this cave.
Kamir is this weird Ezra Miller, like Gen Z type, like character that they created.
Now you're just looking to
Zoomer.
hate, man.
No, but like, no, bro's like,
He
bro's
threw in Ezra Miller because he.
no, but he's got this like,
I like
oh
him.
yeah,
He's
you
the
know,
guy
I'm
from
a
good
quirky,
place. I like him. He's
I'm a
good
quirky
actor.
little guy type vibe where it's like, bro, just be a snake or something. Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
see
but the
like
thing
that
is,
Gen
it's
Z type of humor.
It's all an image because you could tell the fact that May tries to like, you know,
yeah,
hit him and he just reverses it like it's
I know,
nothing.
I get it, but give him a better image
I think his
instead
image
of
is
just like a dork.
I think you're just like overanalyzing this, but I think his image is perfectly fine. In fact, I kind of like his character. He's like, you know, there's something sketchy going on with him, but he's trying to play it cool. He's trying to, trying to be a cool dude. Jason
Yeah.
Mendoza, you think you're cool, buddy, but you know.
I'm not convinced.
But are you convinced with, you know, the clerk, like the one who like made the poison, right?
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's him.
Kamir.
Yeah, snitching so quickly.
Yeah, he
That was
folded
interesting.
cleaner.
Well, so
But
than
to be fair, he's just like he's only in for it for himself. So like,
he folded
But like,
faster than clean laundry. Like it was
It's-
unreal.
but that might say something about May, that like she's not that threatening. Like she's only killing the people she wants to kill, being the 4 people, but she wouldn't kill just like that.
Maybe she's not as
Right.
horrible as we think.
Do you guys remember the scene where May finds out that her sister's still alive?
Yeah.
Where she's in the car, and like she has the gun pointed at her, or like the taser, whatever
She's
you want to call it,
strapped.
right?
yeah, the stunning weapon.
The stunning
Mhm.
weapon. Here's the thing: did she miss on purpose, or did she miss because she couldn't? She couldn't aim.
She bought shot hard.
I-
like,
I
it was
know,
a bad
honestly-
miss.
Hear me out, hear me
Honestly,
out.
I think she did it on purpose.
She did it on purpose, but you remember when she was stuck in prison, right? She couldn't even use the force. She's not capable. Like, I don't think she's still able to use her training that she's had before, because when she tried to grab for her droid using the force, it failed. So, do we think she still has her training and miss on purpose, or did she actually miss?
I think she missed on purpose because that
Yeah,
was such
same.
a bad botch. If it was like a slight miss, it'd be like, oh, okay, that was by accident. This was like it looked horrible. Like, oh
Like
my-
she was firing
she-
just so that then people could say she fired at
She
her.
shot a
because
brick,
She shot
like-
twice. That's why.
Yeah,
She
that's
that was
why.
just a brick of a shot. There ain't no way that was going.
Overall, I'm interested to see where the series goes.
I agree.
There's some awkwardness. There's some growing pains with it. I'm willing to invest my time. I'm interested, but I'm cautious because I've been burned and disappointed in the past with a lot of their projects. I would say it's worth watching because it might be another banger of a Star Wars project, but at the same time, there's equal opportunity for it to fall flat on its face.
They fumbled the bag a couple times, so always be cautious.
And especially with promising starts, always.
Exactly.
Because the concept of the Acolyte is very promising, so we hope that they push to that new concept of like
And
killing the Jedis. You can't kill them with weapons; you kill them with their values. See what I'm saying?
also in an unexplored timeline, like way
Exactly.
before episode 1,
As
which
well,
I'm happy
as well.
to see. That I'm not just gonna see a stormtrooper every single time.
And it's cool that it's literally pulling from the expanded material, where it's like, this is literally an era straight out of this expanded material. So it's very nice to see that.
Yep.
So I think, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment. What do you think of the Acolyte? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are we wrong? Are we shills? Are
Do you
we
hate
haters?
fire?
Yeah, do you hate fire? Let us know. chrbl, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Well, I'm a narcissist, so I want to plug myself.
Aren't we all?
hello,
We have
my
a
name
show.
Well, my name is chrbl. That's CHRBL. I'm at Without the Vowels on Instagram. I'm a singer-songwriter, and my first EP is coming out on July 20th, entitled A, just the letter A. And I hope you guys follow me so you can know more about this. And thank you
hype
so much
is
for
real.
having me, yo.
The hype
Thank you
is
so
real.
much.
We
Hype
can't
is
wait
real,
to
the
hear
first
this
EP.
Yes, sir.
When are we going to release our E EP?
When we learn how to sing. And guys,
Alright.
They
Do
have
not
a
for-
feature on it, by the way. Just you don't know about it.
Shh, don't tell them.
Sorry.
Don't tell them.
I forgot we recorded it. Don't forget to support your local comic book stores.
See you next time.
Ba-da-ba-ba.